assuming a new position as far as being a chief of police for any organization is a little bit of a learning curve. But what the pandemic's doing to us right now as a nation and globally, each day is differently, each week is different. So we are definitely changing our protocols almost daily around here.
Right. And are there a lot of people at the station right now, or are a lot of people working from home? Is it kind of bare bones? What's it like?
No, so as far as the police department goes, we have full operations. Everybody is still working. We do not have anybody on quarantine, and so we're full operations.
Okay. And just in general, tell me about what led you to taking this chief role on over here.
So I'm excited. I was with Mobile for over 23 years. I was a major with Mobile Police Department. Uh, the experiences and the opportunities I had in Mobile, I think, are what prepared me for this current position in Spanish Fort. It's a smaller agency. In Mobile, as you know, we're dealing with crime suppression. Violent crime, property crimes are constantly an issue in Mobile. Spanish Fort offers a different kind of challenge for me. It's more of a service-oriented police department, and also I was brought over here to help transform the police department into a more modern, progressive department. They have a really good department here, but some of the techniques and tactics that we employ in Mobile, they aren't doing here. And so I think I can bring a lot to the organization to transform it and bring it into a more modern police department.
And are you allowed to tell me what some of those tactics are?
Well, I can tell you that in broad terms, in Mobile, as you might know, we have really embraced technology as being a force multiplier for us, that we are always strapped for manpower. And we always are worried about, do we have enough officers to address all the emerging issues? And so we embrace technology as a way of working smarter instead of harder. So a lot of those tactics I'm going to bring over here, as well as we're intelligence-oriented in Mobile, which means that we really look at the career criminals, those that are out there committing the crimes, and if we do find them, that we're ensuring that we maximize our ability to lock them up and keep them locked up for as long as possible. And Spanish Fort is, a different community. It's a very safe community. Last night we had somebody that actually committed 4 B&Es in a neighborhood, which is unusual. So he was out there late at night last night, but luckily, nobody's really moving around, so he was sticking out. And some of the neighbors called it in when they saw some activity on the ring cameras. And we were actually able to apprehend him still in the neighborhood. He still had all the property from all the vehicles he had broken into just within the last 30 minutes and made a quick apprehension. So somebody like him was going to keep going. The rest of the night, he would have kept breaking into vehicles. So luckily, the public looking out for each other is what we need.
All right. And what do you think the biggest challenge what is the biggest challenge you're facing in stepping into a chief role in a different community than the one you served before?
To find out the expectations of this community. And so that's something that it's hard to do right now in this current situation that we're in, but I have to go out there and meet the community leaders, meet the business owners, and find out what kind of challenges they see within Spanish Fort, and then, where do we go for the future? This is a city that's growing fast. The department's growing. And so the city and the department that we see today is going to be completely different in 10 years. And I think that's why I'm here, is to make sure that we are moving along with the times. And as we grow, we're laying the infrastructure needed to be successful in the future.
And then just one more question going back to COVID-19. Is there anything that, you think you can implement in this leadership role? Is there anything you're seeing that the police department can do to help curb anything? Have there been, I know obviously it hasn't been very long, and I spoke with the mayor a little bit earlier today, kind of just talking about how he was like, no one's really going out at night. People are pretty much staying in, so we're not going to put in a curfew. But I guess, is there anything that you see needs to be enforced at all so far?
No, the mayor and I have talked about the curfew, and we think it's necessary. Right now, we do not think it's necessary. We are seeing just a lot of compliance among the citizens. I think everybody understands that the next week or two are going to be some of the most challenging weeks in this COVID crisis. And so I think we're getting a lot of compliance. We hope that we get out of this top part of this pandemic in the next couple of weeks, and we can start returning to normal, which is going to be a process in itself.